Welcome back to the CTH Creations channel. This is our second ever YouTube video and the sun is shining. So this is a direct comparison video from the Volkswagen Transporter T6.1 to the new Ford Transit Custom Sport. So the VW Transporter is the one we've had for the last 12 months. We've just ticked over 10,000 miles. We've gone all around the UK for work, we've gone to France and back for pleasure, but it's time for change, and that change is the Artisan Red Ford Transit Custom Sport. Now, let me know what you think. Is this the right choice? You're looking at an absolute perfection of a vehicle here, the VW T6.1, but you've got to do something sometimes, and the Transit is just the one for me right now. So stay tuned, sit back and relax, and watch these two titans come head to head. So we are with the T6.1 VW Transporter. This is the old versus new video. So here we have the Ascot Grey. This will be going back in a few weeks by the time you are watching this. But we are at the sunny home Moss today. Me and David Boy recording. My little boys in the background messing about. But this is the video to show you a comparison between the old and the new. So here we have it. So as you can see, 3 seats in the back, dual sliding doors, uber comfy, such an amazing van. You can use it for work, you can use it for pleasure, and genuinely been an incredible van for the last almost 12 months. But it's time for change. I will be sad to see it go, and even driving up here, following it and seeing it in the mirror, it is an absolutely stunning van. Boom, here we are. It's very, very rare for me to sit in a passenger seat of one of our vans, but I mean, for this video, we're going to show you how nice it is to sit in front of a T6.1. And looking here, I've driven the Transit this morning, it is still an amazing van. This is based on about a 2010 model, I believe, but there we have it. This is it. Little bits of extras, you'll be able to see a lot of extras that's gone into this van, and then when we do a Transit video soon, in this video you'll be able to see a basic van from factory to an upgraded van from a company. So we've got little bits of touches. We've got the enclosed dash, we've got an upgraded sound system which is all around everywhere, we've got virtual dashboard, carbon fibre steering wheel. It's just extras. All the seats are extras. It's all extra, but looks absolutely incredible for it and super comfy. Back in the van on the driver's side, like I say, carbon fibre steering wheel, upgraded navigation pack. We've got a throttle box on here, which is like a little iWatch here. Absolutely incredible. We've got the upgraded sound system. And overall, an absolutely incredible van to drive. Super comfy. It has been lowered, it has got big silly wheels on, but overall, still comfy. Just turned on. Obviously the DSG, it has to be done in a Transporter, and even in the Transit, it has to be a DSG. And even on these seats, where we've got, zoom in David Boy, come and have a look at these. These are the upgraded sports bucket seats by Leighton's. You'll be able to see the branding. This isn't really a video about them, this is just about the two vans together. But this van is supplied by Leighton's. We've got massage seats, we've got heated seats. Massage seats, mediocre, but the heated seats, absolutely incredible. So as you can see, super nice, super luxurious. Too posh for a work van, but we do keep them really clean, so it's obviously okay. And for the purpose of this video, the seat covers are off. And then as you can see, the optional bulkhead. So for, I think I've had 4 or 5 Transporters now. I've had 2, this is the second one where I've had the bulkhead in. Just good for dust. We don't really need to carry long items, but if we do, we've got the roof rack, or we try to get items delivered. If you don't know by now, we are joiners by trade. I've been doing joining for 20 years, but we do all sorts. We do internal works, external works, we do bathroom fitting, kitchen fitting, staircases, you name it, we tend to try and do it. And if we can't do it, we definitely know somebody who can. So like I say, for dust, the bulkhead is a must. Also deaden sound ever so slightly from a boot, but it's not worth an upgrade just for that purpose. So as we walk around the T6.1, you can see obviously lowered, a heck of a lot lower than a standard van, but my God, looks better for it. We've got the sidebars on, we've got the LED factory upgraded lights. Well worth it. If you are thinking of buying a Transporter, they are definitely a must. Amazing to look at, amazing at night, but overall, what a van. We've got the LVR kit on. Now it should have a splitter at the front, below the bottom bumper. but that's now twice that's come off, and the last recent time was the bad storm we had in January of this year, 2025. So as you can see, alloys are beautiful. Not sure which alloys they're called, maybe like an LV2 I think they call from Leighton's. Overall, absolutely incredible. Let me show you around the back. So, time to get technical. We have got measurements coming up for the long wheelbase VW Transporter. We've got the overall width from the light to the light is 1290, and then the overall usable length is 1900. That's from the lower point to the closing point, and then from the bulkhead how it steps back and then back to a usable point there, we've got 1550. These are all in millimeters. The wheel arches do come in ever so slightly, if you could tell that on camera, and then obviously the panels themselves go wider again, but usable space we've got between the lights 1290, 1900 and 1550. We've got the carbon fibre protector there. Now, nothing else on the van is carbon fibre, but it still looks nice being carbon fibre. I do like to try and keep things matched to a degree, but then we've got the exhaust there. Now, these are only exhaust tips, they aren't real, but the rear diffuser makes it pop so much better. But look at that for a work van, absolutely incredible. Welcome to the back of the Transit. Now this one you may have seen in the first video, but this second video is a direct comparison from new to old. The measurements on this one, the widest point we've got is 1390. Now again, that is the maximum opening point. Now the wheel arches, if you can tell again, come in ever so slightly, but we've got the maximum load point in width is 1390. Again, these are in millimeters. And then the overall usable length, so the bottom part of the bulkhead there to a usable closing length, we have got 2 meters. And then from where the bulkhead steps up to again a closing point, there we have 1750. So they are the working usable measurements when the door would be closed. So heights in the two vans is virtually the same. We've got around 1290mm from the load point there on the floor to the underside where you can see the lights there. Virtually the same, 1290mm, there's nothing in it. Welcome to the Ford Transit Custom long wheelbase L2 H1 232 brake horsepower plug-in hybrid petrol 2.5 litre petrol engine. So with joining me in the back, first thing we're going to do is show you the fact that there's actually crazy pockets in the door cards, which is actually really nice. In the Transporter, that's never ever been a thing, where in the Transit, nice. Now, I'm not sure what you'd fit in there, maybe a bottle, maybe some sweets, I don't know, but it's nice there's actually a thing there. Now, if you did see the first video, you will have noticed that I've said about the rear door cards having like a speaker grill but no speakers. That is one thing I'm going to do in the near future. But have a look at these very nice sunblinds. Now these are by the factory from Ford, an optional upgrade, but really nice. Not a blackout blind, as you'll be able to tell, but still a sunblind nevertheless. We've got USB-C charging ports, we've got ridiculously comfy seats. Now remember, one thing to note is this is all standard from Ford factory. There's no upgrades in here yet. Now, I would like some upgrades, and especially some of the Leighton's upgrades, what you have seen on the Transporter, they have now started introducing them on the Transit. Now, I would like some of those. Some of the body parts from them guys are unbelievable. The seats are unbelievable. But as a standard, these seats are ridiculously comfortable. Both sides have sliding doors, as you'll see. Both vans have soft close as standard, which is a really nice touch. One thing on the older vans is you'd end up having to slam the doors 2 or 3 times like an air pocket, but not anymore. 2025, things like that have become standard, which is really nice. So come on Dave, come in, join me in the front. Now I'm going to sit in the driver's side straight away. And what a nice place this is. Now we have got, again, everything standard. Big touchscreen, big digital dash, all standard. Start stop, really nice. Electric handbrake, really nice. Now the gear levers actually is on the stalk like an American thing. a little bit to get used to, but really, really nice. Now, one big thing is, if you are used to driving the Transporter is, or the T6.1, sorry, is the change from a T6 to the T6.1, the loss for footrest. Now, come in, Dave boy, zoom in. Can you see this footrest here? Now, this is such a weird thing to compliment, but having a footrest on long journeys is so nice. Now, in a T6.1, they actually took that away, and I don't know why. A lot of complaints, I believe, but in the Transit, they brought it in, which is really nice. And to be fair, I don't know if he had them forever, but in this one, for me, new to me, is incredible. Now, what I'm going to show you here is door closed, just a solid sounding door. Now, everybody for years and years were on about VW doors. We were on the adverts about a Golf. Sounds like a Golf. Well, let's say it sounds like a Ford. New Ford, that is, and it sounds incredible. Locks, shuts, just nice. Now, it might seem like, why is the guy talking about this? When you are using a van like this every day, and it's become work and pleasure, things like that you take for granted, and it is such a nice feature to be able to go, you know what, it closes solid, it feels nice, it latches well. So, and of course I'm going to be talking about latches because, as I said before, I'm a joiner by trade. We do that on a daily basis, looking for that little extra detail, and that is definitely one of them. Big screen, so nice. We've got little different modes here, just really modern. And it's, because like I said, I've been in Transporters now for quite a few years, is coming in here and feeling a fresh look is a really nice touch. Standard steering wheel, really nice. Optional upgrade is the heated steering wheel, incredible. But again, these are all factory options. This is factory finished van. There's no upgrades, no aftermarket upgrades on this van as of yet. I would like some, like I've said, but none as of yet. We have magically got to the passenger side. Again, storage. In the Transporter, you'll have seen like an aftermarket thing here. Well, this is standard in Transit. We've got 2 USB-Cs, we've got an extra glove compartment, loads of storage, cup holders, you name it. Now, going from one van to another, this does feel more commercial. It feels more robust. The Transporter feels a little bit more like a car, but I would still be happy to have this as a daily car because it is genuinely a really nice place to sit. One thing I've noticed as well is this, it sounds crazy, is the seals on this van, it sounds solid in here. It sounds really nice. There's no outside noise, there's no wind noise. It's just a solid sounding nice van. So again, on my first video you might have seen me say this, but we're doing a comparison video. So in my Transporter, all the seats are manual, where on my Transit Sport Custom, the front driver's seat is electrically adjustable. Again, maybe it'd have been nice to have both in, but we're not greedy. I think on the Sport model, it's a nice touch to be having these. Now, I don't know, I'm saying it's a Sport model, I don't know if I'm a Limited or the MSRT or any other vans. I don't know if that's an optional upgrade or whether it's standard, but on this van, for me, it's standard, which is really nice. So as you can see, the optional upgrades from the factory, the 19-inch alloys. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is on this, I've lived with this now van for a couple of weeks, is run these until the rubber runs out, change the rubber, the tyres itself, for a winter set of alloys, and then get an aftermarket alloy. I'm only thinking that is because when you look at the Transporter alloys, upgrade is the Transporter versus the Transit. The Transit, again, feels a little bit more commercial, a little bit too high. I think we need to lower that a little bit, but yeah, I think the Transporter has just got that nice mean look to it as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed the comparisons between the old and the new. If you have, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, let me know. Have I made a right decision? It's a tough one. The Transporter I'm looking at now is just an unbelievable van. It's so nice. But let me know. You never know, the Transporter may come back in the future, but I'll see you on the next one. So there we go, side by side. Now, I must admit the Transporter looked unbelievable. So that's got the LVR pack on it. But let's just jump across to the Transit. Now, beautiful day here at Soho Moss. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. It's way too high, especially next to a Transport. It looks more like a big bus, but love the look of that Transit. Mega. What a van. And I know that, in fact, I'm going to enjoy so many miles going on some mega journeys for work and for pleasure. But side by side, I think the Transit wins. But what do you think? Let me know.